We will bring that to you live.
We want to right now, though, bring in Judge Jeanine Pirro and Arthur Aidala, talk about the legal side of this and the overall investigation that's unfolding. Nice to see both of you this morning. I'm curious about these suspects that are wrapped up right now in police custody. They're not
willing to say anything.
So what do you make of that? Are police are police right in there? Are there lawyers standing by telling them to keep quiet? What would
you be telling them?
Look, first of all, I want to know who they are. I want to know if they have criminal records. Are they part of a gang? Are they part of an organization? I want their cell phones. I want their computers. I want to know everything about these dirtbags, assuming that they're guilty. And what I want to know is why, all right? The why is not as important as who they're connected with, because this is a concerted, pre-orchestrated attack. And it appears that since this protest was scheduled 24 hours earlier, and these guys are situated as snipers on a rooftop, you know, this thing was planned in advance. And why Dallas? You know, something happened in Minnesota, something happened in Louisiana. I get that. So is this a bigger operation?
But would they also have lawyers as well?
No, look, if these guys are career criminals, which they probably are, then they know not to talk. I mean, you know, watch television, you know not to say anything.
Clayton, you asked, do they have lawyers standing by? No, they don't have lawyers standing by. Usually people of this low-life caliber have a public defender, so it's not like having a lawyer on retainer. But as the judge just said, they know to keep their mouths shut. And there are no lawyers who are rushing in to represent these people. There are lawyers who will do their constitutional job, who will represent them. But no one's running to the station saying, no, I got their back. You can't question.
But to the judge's point, wanting to get access to all these things, computers, cell phone records, things like that, where do the police go? Do they try to separate?
You, as the judge knows, there will be a prosecutor right at the... There's a prosecutor at the precinct right now.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Sure.
Okay.
Now, Arthur, you were actually live on the Fox News channel when the shooting started last night. You had just been, keep in mind, in addition to the protests down in Dallas, there were protests across the country, including New York City, and you were there.
So I was supposed to be on with Megan. I had a pre-planned, a hit to talk about the Baton Rouge case and the Minnesota case. I walk out of my law office 3 blocks from here, and the streets are packed. Fifth Avenue is closed, which is breaking the law. And what are they screaming? Hey, hey, ho, ho, these racist cops have got to go. Then they're screaming, F the police, F the police. I come on the air with Megan, and I said on the air, I said, I'm a little shaken up. I said, I was just in the middle of this thing. I didn't expect to have this. And Mark Aguilar shows on and said, well, everyone's protesting peacefully. And I say, all it takes is one jerk to do something wrong, like spit on a cop. I'm never thinking shooting, spit on a cop or push a cop. And while I'm saying, Steve, I could see something happens on the screen. I go, well, something just happened in Dallas. And then they break away from me, and they're like, well, we're getting reports that there was a shooting, and everything broke loose, and we were on until 1 in the morning. And it was devastating. Absolutely. I was throwing things in the studio as they were announcing one officer.
It was bad enough something could happen.
Why Dallas?
Because those lunatics happen to be in Dallas. If the lunatics happen to be in New York, if the lunatics happen to be in Minnesota, they happen to be...
The question is, are they part of a bigger group?
Well, that's what we need to find out right now. That's what prosecutors are doing as we speak.
And one of the problems is that, people want to make it a black-white issue, and to some extent it may or may not be. But here's the bottom line. It's about anarchy.